Welcome to NCAA 08. We all know that recruiting builds championships and that it's constantly evolving. This year, the guys at EA Sports have taken the recruiting process to an entirely new level. Gone are the days of finding a prospect's pitch type and using it over and over until they sign with your school. In this day and age, there's much more to it. Selecting on-campus visit activities, making promises, and swaying prospects' perception about your school are just a few ways that make recruiting in NCAA 08 the best ever. Now let's take you on a small guided tour through recruiting. One of the toughest parts of recruiting as a college coach is to decide which prospects to go after. In NCAA 08, we have simplified things quite a bit by adding an easy-to-use prospect search engine. Here you can search using such parameters as position, state, caliber, weight, height, and speed. The results of your search will help you locate the prospects that fit what you're looking for. From here, you can go to the prospect screen, where you will make your selections for your recruiting board. The recruiting board is the center of recruiting. This is where you'll contact all your prospects as well as rank how important each prospect is to your recruiting success. Keep in mind that when you rank your prospects, that they will also know how important they are to your program, so you should take care of the order that you put them in. Another important aspect of coaching is establishing relationships with the prospects. In this year's game, you'll make calls to each prospect to offer scholarships, set up visits, and most importantly, to gather pitch information. There are now up to 14 pitches to be unlocked and a variety of ways to do so. Once you select a pitch, you need to decide how you want to approach the prospect with it. Do you want to just find out how he feels about your pitch, or do you like to gamble? If so, hard sell him right off the bat. It's a risky proposition, but it just might get you the upper hand on signing a recruit. Watch out though, if the prospect doesn't care for the pitch that you hard sell, then there's a good chance it'll backfire on you. After you find the prospect's perception of the pitch, choose how you'll plan to use it to your favor. If the prospect likes the pitch and your school is strong with it, then hard sell it. Otherwise, you can try to sway the prospect's perception of it. Prospects will all have individual timetables on when they plan to sign. Your goal as a coach is to stay up on the top of their lists of schools as they make their way through their recruiting cycle. Most prospects will start off with 10 schools that they're looking at, and as time progresses, they'll trim their list until they have only 3 remaining. During in-season recruiting, the prospects will be able to go on official campus visits when they'll narrow their list to 5 schools. At this time, make sure you schedule a good date for them to visit. Then, during the week of the visit, select a few activities that you think they'll like to do while on campus, based on the pitch information that you've unlocked. The fun really begins once your team has won its bowl game and the season is over. New to NCAA 08 is the ability to make promises to prospects. You're at a sticking point with a recruit and you really want him to sign with the team. But how do you get the advantage? Promise a prospect that he could start as a freshman, or that you won't redshirt him. Maybe promise him that you won't sign another prospect from that position during his first year on campus. As long as you keep your promises, then you'll be able to unlock and make even more promises. Prospects will trust you more, and your promises will hold more weight. If you break your promise, then you're going to alienate yourself to some future prospects, and your coach integrity rating will slide, making it tough to make promises in the future. You will have hopefully signed a few prospects along the way, but the culmination of this entire process is the in-home visit. If you recruit a prospect hard enough and make it in his final 3 schools, then you can set up a visit to speak with mom, dad, and the entire family. Select your top 3 pitches that best match your program and what the prospect is looking for. And if you play your cards right, then there's a chance you'll be spending the next 4 or 5 years getting to know each other better. If you want to recruit with the Florida States, the USCs, and the Texases of the world, then you have to be willing to put in the time and effort. Hopefully this tutorial has helped you get on your way to becoming next year's Mr. February.